most of the corn's gone now. I tried to zoom off into the distance there. There's still some that hasn't been harvested, but I'm not sure if it's focusing because there's so much snow between here and there. So here we are, our first snow. Technically, this isn't the first day of our first snow. This is day 3. I went out. Let me flip the screen around so I can see myself here and hope the recording doesn't stop. Okay, it seems to still be going. Sometimes when I flip the screen around, it'll stop recording. So, today is Tuesday, and the actual snow started on Sunday. So, right after my last video, I realized, if you remember, I said that there was snow in the forecast, and we were supposed to be getting it. And, well, as it got closer, we started getting warnings for it, and, the amounts that we were supposed to get was, like, crazy, like, up to a foot of snow, which was insane for our first snowfall, because normally our first snow, there's nothing on the ground, it doesn't accumulate, it's just falling from the sky. But, no, we got accumulation. So the closer it got, started getting all these warnings in. So, Sunday was the actual storm, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to go out and put my new tires on, because I'm still on bald tires. So once I realized, we're going to be getting some good snow, that's when I remembered, oh crap, I haven't changed my tires over yet, because normally I do that in September. September was totaled for me this year. I couldn't do anything at all. Really, still can't. So, it never got done. So I say, well, Sunday's supposed to be the first snow. Saturday's, the last day I have to do it. Saturday came and went, and it didn't happen. I honestly didn't figure it would anyways. So, Sunday, we didn't get the snow that they forecasted. We weren't in the worst part of it. As usual, Eastern Ontario, got hit harder than us. And I've got, like, water drops all over my glasses, I can barely see. But, I didn't go out. I normally go for a drive on our first snow. Technically, I'm doing that today, even though it's day 3 of our first snow. But I never did that either. Because the biggest problem I have with going out right now is I've got nowhere to go. It's really cold now. It's below freezing. And there's not too much snow for me to drive down that trail. But with me not driving much anymore, the batteries aren't enjoying it. Because these batteries, the ones I have in the Monster, they love the long, draining drives. Like, if I drive 30 kilometers a day, the batteries just love it, right? And the more I use them, the more I can get out of them. But when it's just short little trips like this, the charge doesn't last very long. And with the colder temperatures, that makes it even worse. So I'm not even going to attempt to go down the trail. I'd love to, because there's snow in it. There's no snow on the roads right now because the salt trucks have been out and everything's melted. And I got salt spray all over the Monster again now. I won't get too much of that this year because I just won't be going out much. And once we get into the really heavy snow, then I will be walking to the post office. Probably the only time I'll go out is if I have to go to Home Hardware. That's too far for me to walk. But that's about it. So that came and went. I got a little bit of video out the back window, or the back door, just to show it, just so I have something to actually show you that we actually got some snow. Not a lot, just enough to cover the ground. That was it. And then yesterday, the snow squall started up. We didn't get much from that at all. Most of the snow squalls were coming from the north, and they're going straight down to Lake Erie and basically stayed along the coastline. So we got a little bit, not much at all. So last night, the winds changed direction to northwesterly. That's what brings it to us, and that's what's happening right now. That's why it's not snowing at all now. There's nothing, because we're between squalls. There'll be another one coming through. They come in waves. So that's kind of what's happening now. But I was watching the video last night of the radar, and it's like they must have got a ton of snow, because it was like all day in that one spot, all along that line. So these squalls started up last night, and they're supposed to end this afternoon. So I'm thinking, okay, if I go out, it's got to be in the morning. I'm going to wait until 10 o'clock, because then I can stop at the post office, grab my mail, and then stop at the store and do some shopping. That'll give me a reason to go out, right? Well, for the record, our first snow this year, November 9th. So I'll state that for the record. That was Sunday. Today's Tuesday. 2 days later, I get to the post office. There's no car parked there. I'm thinking, oh, look, there's a light on inside. Okay. Maybe somebody's car wouldn't start today because of the weather, and they just got a ride in. Oh, the door was locked. I'm thinking, what? It's 10:30. They're supposed to open at 9:30. So I'm thinking, okay. There's no note on the door saying, any specific reason why they're closed today. And then I drive by the store, and her sign's not out front. So she's not open either. And then I realized, what's 2 days after the 9th? November 11th. Remembrance Day today. Nothing's going to be open. It's like, oh, for Pete's sake. So it's just a pleasure trip today. Get nothing accomplished except, get some video of the snow, which is what I wanted. I planned that well, didn't I? Oh well, it happens. At least I'm out, I'm getting some fresh air, and I'm making a video for you guys, so I got something to show. Because I always have to show the first snow. Every year I go for a drive in it. I really didn't think it was going to happen this year. I just couldn't get out of bed. I think everything's pretty much done now. I'm in bed all the time now, and it takes some real motivation for me to get out, so I don't think much is going to happen anymore, at least not in the winter anyways. Once the summer comes, I got more motivation to go out, go, especially if it's a hot day. I'll go. I love the heat, but it is what it is. That's why I bought the Monster. If you've been following me for a while, the reason I bought this Monster, spent so much money on it, was because I wanted to have fun while I could. Because I knew the day's coming pretty quickly that, that was going to come to an end. So, I achieved my goal there, I guess. I've had the Monster for 9 years now, so, that fun lasted longer than I expected it to, but I think it's finally done. So, but like I say, the Monster should last longer now. I'm not driving that 30-40 kilometers a day anymore. No steep hills here. So I even told that to my dealer the last time I got parts. I told him, I says, hopefully you won't hear from me much anymore. Because I won't be driving the Monster as much, so it's not going to break down as often, I hope. Now it's just a matter of, catching up with the rust that's formed. Hey, snow's coming back. Another snow squall coming through. It's supposed to end this afternoon. It was right at the freezing mark when I left, so it's probably above freezing now. I don't know for sure, but My phone's all packed away, so I'm not even going to look. But it's supposed to rise above freezing, and this is supposed to turn into rain. So all this snow is going to go away. First snow never lasts anyway. It never sticks around. And we got some fairly nice temperatures, still single digits, but fairly nice temperatures coming up. And Thursday was the day I was going to go out to get my shopping because I ordered hot dog buns. And I don't like to, she's just a small store. She can't store a whole lot, so I don't like to go in and grab a bunch of one thing, and that leaves nothing for everybody else, right? So I get 4 bags of hot dog buns at a time, and I get her to order them. She orders them for me specifically, and they're set aside, so I'm not taking from anybody else. Yes, I'll do that way. But Thursday's probably the day, because they come in on Wednesday, and usually later in the afternoon than when I'm out, so Thursday or Friday is usually when I go in. Thursday's supposed to be the warmest day that I'm seeing anyways, so guess we'll find out. I hear a snowplow. That's gotta be out on the highway. That's pretty loud. For the distance away. It's pretty breezy today. That's why we're getting the snow squalls, because it's pretty breezy, so probably drifting on the highway. They're taking care of that because he lifted his blade. It was only down for a little bit. But this winter sounds like it's going to be rough. I never go by when they give a forecast for what the winter's going to be like. They're never right anyways. But I watched the video today, I think it came out yesterday, from Ryan Hall, and basically what he's done, we're in a pretty specific weather pattern right now with El Nino, or La Nina, and, what's the other one? Pacific something or other, and the two are aligned. And he went back in history, back to the 90s, I think, as far as he went, to every other situation where this particular weather pattern existed, and they all pretty much resulted in the same thing. So it sounds like we're going to get a lot of snow. It's not a temperature thing, it's a storm track thing, basically. So it sounds like we're going to get a lot. So, another crazy winter maybe. But, what was I going to say? I'm not too worried about it. Like I say, I'm not going out anyways. I'll deal with it. As long as it's not like super cold. It's the temperatures I don't care about the snow that much. I don't have to shovel it anymore, so I'm really not that worried about it. It's the cold that I don't like. And I know what I was gonna say. And the snow squall machine, as he calls it, all the weather guys call it the snow squall machine, lake effect machine, or something like that. Apparently, we're supposed to get a lot of snow squalls. Now, the thing is, storm tracks. When snowstorms come through, I'm not sure how, but they can actually forecast how much snow we're going to get. If we're in the center of the storm anyways, if we're on the edge of the storm, it depends on whether it tracks a little bit farther north or a little bit farther south. Then, it can dictate, if we're going to get the full amount or a little bit less. That I understand, but snow squalls you can't predict. You can predict the squalls themselves, but you can't predict just how much we're going to get. Because they travel. They don't always... They travel in a straight line, but the straight line doesn't stay in the same place all the time. It tends to drift north or drift south. So there's no, guarantee. The longer it stays directly over us, then the more snow we're going to get from it. As we had one when we were in Hanover. I did a video on it. We had this straight line of snow coming straight off the lake, and it stayed over us for 2 hours, and we got over a foot of snow from it in 2 hours. It was pretty intense. That's because it stayed right directly over us. It didn't drift away for a long time. So that's just kind of how they work. It's like they're streamers that come off the lake, but they don't always stay in one spot. They drift. So the longer they stay over us, the more snow we can get. And there's no way to really forecast just how much any specific area is going to get. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, I don't know what else to talk about. I think one of my front tires is low in air. I think it's the left one. Because it's got that little flat spot on the bottom that froze into place. I'm driving down the road and thump, 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 thump. You can feel it. Okay, I'm going to have to turn my screen around again and see if it will stay recording. Looks like it's going to. Now that there's no snow and the sun's actually out, I'm going to see if I can zoom in on that unharvested corn off into it. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it. You can see what's left there. Oops. My hand just twitched. So, there's a little bit more to go. It's kind of strange pattern that I left. 2 little bunches out in the middle of nowhere. So it's not all done yet. I got more to go. But majority of the field is done. All the way to this end. All the way up to this end. It's all done. It's all been harvested. So I guess they're finished for the year. Well, almost. This part is. Okay, still recording. So I guess I'm done now. Like I say, I got nowhere to go. I don't have anything else to talk about. I do have a project I want to get done in the garage, in the shed, but I honestly don't expect it to get finished. It's not really all that much work, but it's just finding the motivation to do it. So I can make a video with that, but yeah, see, everything's dripping already. So it's already melting. I've been hearing that for a while. I never even paid attention to it. Say, wait, everything's melting off the roof. So temperature's already above freezing. But anyway, I guess that's all I got. I will see what I can do for further videos just to keep things going. I will update now and then, but really not going to be a whole lot to update on. That was a weird noise. Anyway, that's all I got.